I worked in fashion before, like when I first moved here. I've been here for 17 years in January, but I was working in fashion and kind of felt like, for the lack of a better word, empty. Like it didn't feel as fulfilling as I thought it would be, because I was working production and I worked with a lot of genius people like Patricia Fields and Betsy Johnson, and I worked at Barney's as a visual merchandiser, so I was really trying a lot of facets as well. Outside of design is what I went to school for, but I grew up sewing because my grandmother was a seamstress in Cuba and also here in the States, and she taught me when I was about 8 years old. So I was like, you know what, let me take a little hiatus, and then that's what I was just telling you. I started out of my apartment, just doing hems, men's. I was like, you know, there's not a lot of like, you know, not that it's a bad thing, but there's not a lot of young people kind of taking this up and taking up the tradition and kind of like implementing, you know, like the art of tailoring and carrying it on. So
you have like any favorite thing to do?
Love, she wants to be the center of attention. I love, you're not allergic, right?
No.
Okay, cool.
I'm good.
I love designing, so I think that's kind of the facet, which was always intentional. I've always been very intentional with my business, and I think that's important, especially in a world that we have to be sustainable. Like we don't throw away any scraps here. Until I find a home for the scraps stay with me. Yeah.
So does that mean you have like a lot of returning customers who like bought something small first and then like evolves?
Yes, yeah. You know, one of my clients is a nurse, so I do her scrubs, but I also did her wedding dress. And so it's like I see them through their walks of life.
You said that you're like different from the tailors around you. What makes you different?
I think the experience here is very different. You know, you walk in and you're like, oh, it's kind of like an acid trip, like in the 1900s, you know, because it's like pre-war, but it's just so lively, and there's like something angelic and pure about it, but there's also something so exciting and fun. But I wanted to do something different and something slower, because I think slow is what is the key right now. It's just leading with intention. Yeah, and just like the experience. I think the experience really here outshines a lot of what people think of when they go to a tailor. We also work together here, like having a larger staff. I mean, we range from ages. Jolie, who's the youngest here? Like 23 is our youngest, or 20? Who's the youngest here?
Me.
You? Yeah, 23.
Yeah.
And Rosita is 70.
74?
She retired. She actually closed her tailoring business and just wanted to continue working.
Wow.
So she only works 2 days a week, but she's genius.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, so I still absorb. That's another thing. I have a staff that I'm like, oh my god, we all learn from each other. We're all from different backgrounds. Luciana, one of like our rock star consultants here, she comes from a costume background, from a completely different state, but also is a native New Yorker. So there's just like so much of like little bits of them, and just having queer culture as well.
Yeah, what's the inspiration behind how you designed the whole store?
Well, I've always been into kitsch, and I love everything vintage. Love everything. It's not that I don't buy new, but when I buy new, I buy with intention. I really want it to be something that I'm gonna look at it every day. So a lot of these pieces, honestly, some are from eBay. This was like a vendor in Bed-Stuy off the street, had these angels, and I don't know if you noticed, there's a lot of cherubs, candles, things that I grew up with. Like I'm very into like, you know, the tarot, setting intentions, like the magic of it all. I'm just like very adventurous, and it kind of shows, you know, like it kind of shows like it feels like a limitless kind of style. You're like, who cares? I like it. It'll fit in because it's me.
Yeah, it's very eclectic.
So it's very eclectic.
Do you have like a favorite fabric to work on, or a favorite?
I mean, I love silk taffeta. Right now we're upcycling a collection that's called Casa de Muñecas. So I feel very connected to textiles. Like I love going to the fabric store. Jolie's been with me, and I'm just like my little hands don't stop, like little raccoon hands, like gripping, like, ooh, look, what's this, and I always have to stop because it's like one of those things, you know, there's people that like collect notebooks. It's like me, it's fabric.
Yeah. I think I read on your website that you're like a genderless, or like tailor.
Right. So
how does that like manifest like patterns?
Well, right. I mean, I think it's just the, you know, someone that's non-binary, and they don't, you know, they might lean more towards a feminine, or, you know, but that's just working with the client, because you have to work with their body, their proportions, what they feel comfortable with, because they're not gendering themselves. They are who they are.
Yeah.
So you have to really work with who they are and what they feel comfortable in, and sometimes it's just interpreting the style. Once you get it down from the first 2 or 3 times, it usually, like, by the first or second time that they visit, the third time you already know there's no conversation. You could look and be like, oh, hey Tiff, like, this looks like X, Y, and Z, like, we're gonna try. Yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah, we really pride ourselves in that, because I think there is a lot of anxiety for clients sometimes to walk into more traditional places, like the dry cleaners, and they don't sometimes get treated very well, which is very sad, but we definitely create a safe space here.
Like, how does the genderlessness manifest in the sewing itself? Like, do you do like a mix of both, like how men's clothes are tailored and how women's clothes are tailored, or?
Yeah, I think sometimes you have to find, because at the end of the day, you know, like the proportions of the person, we are shaping things from one gender to the other, or let's say, you know, making it genderless, or really just making it to the person.
Is there like any misconception people have about sewing that you noticed?
It's fast, it's cheap.
Yeah.
There's a certain undervalue that we honestly have to, I don't want to say fight, but definitely educate our clientele and just people in general. I'm like, this is a gift, this is a skilled trade. We go to school for this, or this is something that's passed on generationally, like it was to me.
Do you notice like any kind of pressures like tailoring studios face, like brand materials, competition?
Yeah, I mean, I think we fight a lot with, you know, the pricing of it all, because you know, everyone makes a fair wage here, but we also try our best, because yeah, the rent goes up every year. The electricity goes up every year. The insurance goes to insure all this equipment and all these spaces, you know, because we have 2 spaces. And it was necessary to create an environment here where the client has more breath and that we have more breath to work. You know what business is? Time equals money. Money equals time.
Yeah.
An old boss of mine told me that. Time is money, time is money. And you know, you don't want to be so capitalistic about it where you're just like, well, you know, we're not in the business of doing favors either. Yeah. So it's challenging, you know, the care and the cost.
Is there like any part that feels like most meaningful to you, like personally, throughout this work?
I think it's like what we create together. I feel like my team and I, and like the support, it's like what, like I always think like, oh my God, when I was doing it all by myself, it was such a different feeling, and now it's not. Now I'm just like, hi guys, like what's going on? Like it's just like a happiness. Hiring all these people and that we all work together so well. We're all so different, you know? And it's inspiring, because you're like, oh, it really helps propel things.
So is there anything that I like didn't ask that you would like a reader to know?
I think we just shouldn't let any of these crafts die. You know, it's like people that make point. I always think about this every day. I'm like, oh, I would love to be a point shoemaker, or like I really even love people that have archives, like designer archives. And so it's like, I think it's just a lot of artisans and craftspeople, and we need a bigger appreciation for it, because even in the fashion industry, it's still very low paying.
Yeah.
It's still very low paying. So yeah, I think that's it.